Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Sunday, June 19th, and this is the MLB DFS video for today. So in today's video, we'll be taking a quick look back at yesterday's picks, seeing how they turned out. Talking about the core picks for today's slate. It is a 9-game slate overall, I do believe, for the Sunday main slate, which obviously starts early, as always. And then going over to my article over at WeBetATS.com. That's not published at this point in time, but once it is up, I'll leave a link to it down below. And talking about my top GPP stacks for today's FanDuel main slate as well. But without further ado, we'll get started with a recap of yesterday's picks. At the pitcher position, we had Aaron Nola, $10,200, got to 52 points, so he was a hit. He was the second overall pitcher on yesterday's slate. The only guy that was above him was Taijuan Walker, who was my kind of pay down option at pitcher yesterday. Then at first base, we had Ty France, $3,200. Got to 6 points, so we gave him a push yesterday. Typically, it's left-handed pitching very well. 6 points is not going to kill you by any means, but just didn't put us over the top yesterday. Then at third base, we had Alex Bregman, $3,000. Got to 6 points, so he was also a push. Then at shortstop, we had Corey Seager, $3,100. Got to 18.7 points, so he was a hit. And then last but not least, we went right back to Michael Brantley yesterday, $3,100. Got 0 points. He was a mess. He was 0 for 4. He's one of the few Astros hitters that kind of had that history versus Johnny Cueto. Johnny Cueto actually ended up pitching pretty well yesterday, and the White Sox were the team that struck on offense. So kind of the wrong end of that game yesterday, but you're going to have that every once in a while. So with that being said, kind of a little bit of hit or miss day. Obviously, we had a really good pitcher. Corey Seager was really good. So if you had decent plays along with this core 5, you still had a chance of cashing yesterday. It was definitely doable, but maybe a little bit tougher than it would have been on other days. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to my core picks for today. So we're going to start off with the pitcher position, and Dane Dunning, $8,600. Probably going to be off the beaten path just a little bit. Not a lot of ownership for him today, but he's pitching against the Detroit Tigers. Offense isn't the best in the world. Dane Dunning has had some decent success versus these hitters. Outside of like Robbie Grossman, I believe, hit a home run off him, but everybody else hasn't done too much against Dane Dunning. So I do like that upside today. Definitely a guy that can get some strikeouts if he pitches deep enough into the game. Going to look like a pretty good value at $8,600. Then at first base, we got CJ Cron, $4,100, averaging just over 12 fantasy points per game on the season. He's going against a lefty and Blake Snell today, and CJ Cron's hit left-handed pitching very well so far this season. He's got a home run in back-to-back days, and I think he could do it for the third straight day as well. And then we move down to Corey Seager. Like I mentioned, I don't like putting guys on back-to-back days here. He was kind of just that option that kind of stuck out. And he's $3,100, averaging just under 10 fantasy points per game on the season. Doesn't really have history against Drew Hutchinson, who's going to be at least the opener today for the Detroit Tigers. I believe he pitched 4 innings last time out, but it's still essentially a bullpen game for this Detroit Tigers team. So do like the upside some of these hitters provide, as well as Corey Seager overall. And then we move down to the outfield with Marcell Ozuna, $3,200, averaging just under 9 fantasy points per game on this season. Been a little hit or miss so far this season, but he goes against Kyle Hendricks today of the Chicago Cubs. He's 14 for 37 with 3 home runs versus him, so definitely offers some pretty good upside there today. And then the last outfielder that we do have is his teammate Adam Duvall, $2,800, averaging just under 8 fantasy points per game on the season. And he's 5 for 16 with 1 home run versus Kyle Hendricks. So do like stacking this Braves team overall today. That last spot with Adam Duvall, that was really the one that was up in the air for me. So if you guys don't want to play Adam Duvall, or if you don't want to play both Braves hitters, that's something you can definitely do. If you want to put somebody else in there, you could definitely do that as well. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players that I do have listed here, $13,200 remaining, $3,300 per player. So definitely a little bit of room to pay up for a player if you want to do so and then plug in some value. Or if you want to take a little bit more balanced approach, that's definitely something that could work on today's slate as well. But with that being said, we're going to get over to the top stacks for the FanDuel main slate for today. As I mentioned previously, my article is not yet published at WeBetATS.com, but once that is up, I'll leave a link to it down below. But as far as the stacks that I do have for today, the Baltimore Orioles against Corey Kluber. And these Orioles hitters actually have pretty good history versus Corey Kluber, so definitely have some interest there, whether it's Ryan Mountcastle, Rugna Lindor. Cedric Mullins is up there too. A couple of guys that have hit him pretty well. Austin Hayes has 2 home runs versus him as well. And then we do have the Boston Red Sox going against Andre Palente of the Cardinals. Still rookie pitcher, very raw at this point in time. Do like the upside that this Red Sox team could provide overall. Then we have the Rays going against Jordan Lyles. We know Jordan Lyles is liable to blow up on any given day, so do like the Rays there. couple guys that have decent history versus him. And then the Yankees are going to be one that obviously sticks out, going against Yusei Kikuchi of the Toronto Blue Jays. A lot of these Yankees hitters have hit him pretty well in the past. And then last but not least, we have the Atlanta Braves going against Kyle Hendricks, and a lot of these Braves hitters have hit him very well in the past as well. So some pretty good upside there as well. Probably the Braves and the Yankees are going to be a little bit more popular, but if you want to get off the beaten path, try the Orioles today. That could be one that turns out very well, but there is a little bit of risk to it if Corey Kluber comes out and pitches well. But with that being said, these are my core picks as well as top GPP stacks for today, June 19th. As always, if you have any questions related to MLB DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, be sure to let me know your favorite play on today's slate, whether it's someone from my core 5, whether it's someone from my top GPP stacks, or whether it's a completely different player you guys think I missed. Definitely interested in hearing what you have to say. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's MLB or USFL. Those are the two main ones at this point in time. Obviously, it's the last week of the USFL regular season. I do have a post up on my YouTube channel as well as my Twitter for that. So if you're playing the Sunday games, feel free to reference that. I'll post any updates that do come out prior to those games as well. And then with that being said, if you are a newer current subscriber who's yet to do so, also be sure to hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Like I've been saying, I post up daily MLB DFS videos just like this. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.